off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off. Come on, let's set it off. Y'all want this party started quickly. Set it off, set it off, set it off, set it off. Set it off, I suggest, y'all. Set it off, I suggest, y'all. Set it off, set it off. Come on, let's set it off. Set it off. On the left, start it. On the right, start it. On the left, I suggest while we're left, start it. On the left, start it. On the right, start it. On the left, I suggest while we're left, start it. Set it off, I suggest, y'all. Set it off, I suggest, y'all. Set it off, set it off. Come on, let's set it off. Set it off. Set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off. From spark to flame, a little thing can. Desire's burning. Live us to stay. You want the party? Come on, you got me. Out on the dance floor, we're all out to play. We'll share our secrets. Love talk is spreading. A little love is fun. Give us this day to show our gratitude, to change our attitudes. Come on, we're many. With all that we feel, the time is ideal to set it off. I suggest, y'all. Set it off. I suggest, y'all. Set it off. Come on, let's set it off. Set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off. Come on, let's set it off. 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 Yeah, yeah, feels like something's about to jump off in here. Set it off. Get to it now, get to it. Yeah, yeah, let's smoke this one out now. Let's smoke it out. Set it off. Set it off.
from the top. We here tonight on the Jet Propulsion Lyrics podcast. Get my man DJ Ram.
What's up? What's happening, man?
Man, we go way back. We go way back in Chicago hip hop and everything. So one of the things that I do on this podcast, is we talk about, HBK and the role it played in people's lives. Hip hop and and they place in Chicago's history of hip hop.
True, definitely. That's a good deal, man. People need to know, A lot of people need to know. They just don't really, a lot of people don't ask, they don't inquire because they don't even know where to start. But, cats like you being instrumental and being a source for them, that's real dope. Very dope.
Definitely.
You are, man, you've been doing your thing for a minute, You, JP Chill, and a bunch of Chili Q. We could go on and on about that.
Definitely. But when did you get into hip hop? What's your origin?
My origin had to begin maybe in my early teens. I think when I heard joints like from the Skinny Boys,
Okay.
And I mean, it go all the way back to Spoonie G, B-Fats.
Oh, man.
Casanova, and, all them, Nice and Smooth.
Yes, indeed.
I think when I heard Funky For You by Nice and Smooth, and then I heard Rock Box by Run DMC, I think that kind of did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, being from crib, being from Chi, we was kind of, most of our influence was, the faster joints, like house music and stuff like that.
Right.
And, but I took the low road, man, and I was more into the culture of music and meaning all music.
Okay.
I could enjoy a Bob James joint just as good as I could, enjoy, a classic Schoolie D joint or some as dope as Gangstar, or I mean, I could listen to just classics all day. I mean, I could listen to, Steve Miller Band, and a lot of that is where, the producers and everybody, they took the sound from, but not really the sound, but I was listening to original joints
Okay.
long before I think, your Pete Rocks and cats like that started sampling, and that is really the influence how it turned over to beat machines and people just started rocking over, flipping the styles, flipping samples and shit like that, and that made me just like really, really, my wheel started turning. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
it go back, man. I mean, I'm an old guy now, but it goes way back. That's the question.
And that's one of those things, because you from the South Side, right?
I'm from Wild Hundreds, man.
Wild Hundreds. Yeah. So growing up in the Wild Hundreds, we talking early 80s, and we listening to, because early 80s in Chicago, you could turn on the radio and get those Bob James and Steely Dan and cuts like that, that variety of music,
Yeah, you gotta, well, I think most of the influence came from family,
Okay,
like
yeah.
old school, like my, not necessarily my mom and dad,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't really, my old man, he had 8 tracks and joints like that. And
Right.
stuff like that. And I think around that time we had stuff like B96 and all that crazy stuff. But,
Right.
which was cool. It was it did its part, but I was just I just went somewhere else with it, and I was trying to find a different avenue. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like I go I go to a friend's house and you know, like they'll have, you know, remember those metal bins, and people used to have 45s and metal bins like on the floor next to
Yeah.
the whole joint, I'd be like, man, can I look through that? You know, I'll look through that, and people have like an album and a lot of you know, the covers, man, back then, the covers was real dope. The covers back, you know, album covers told a lot, you know, like me to my imagination.
Right.
And then when you read the album covers, you look at the pictures, you read, and you match everything up. It's like, damn. I mean, like, this is and all that, man, all that blew my mind, man. It made me like. I mean, it made me like vital. It made me just like addicted, you know. So I really had to just take it past that, and you know, and man, it's crazy, man. You got to really be into it to appreciate it. And I know cats are really into it. They know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you know, like you said about the album covers, you know, you had one where you know Donna Summer, I believe. You could correct me if I'm wrong. She is sitting like in a half moon crescent, you know, on one album cover, you know, and somebody else. My father, you know, back then people had stacks and stacks of wax, you know, on the floor and here and there. And we used to go through it, and you know, there's this one picture. I don't even know who the artist was, but like he had this beast on it. It's brown furry beast, white horns, and you know, and it's just like these things stuck out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you into vinyl and you into album covers and everything and stuff like that. I mean, if you even man like pictures. I mean, like now album covers have made me even respect art.
Okay.
You know, right. As I got older, you know, it's like, damn, I could look at a collage or something. I could look at art. You know, I you know, like old Warhol joints, Keith Haring joints, or you know, what joints. You know, I look at that like, damn, all this is actually relative to
what was going on inside the covers, the wax.
Yeah, and hip hop in general, just the culture, man. It's like, man, the culture. If you ain't into the culture, man, you're never gonna really be a thorough. I think, like. Cats say they into hip hop, and I mean, but if you're not really, I don't think if you really don't appreciate the culture, everything. I'm talking about graffiti. Yeah. I'm talking about you know, just the trains,
the whole aspect of it, the dress, the talk, the attitude, you know, and that's missing in a sense. You know.
Yeah, it is missing, and you know, it ain't even about like the attitude anymore, because you got like really prestige cats. I mean, you got people like Wall Street dudes. You know, they was B-boys. You know what I'm saying? They was into hip. You know, before. You know, probably before they was into stocks and all that shit. You know, I'm just saying, I mean, it go back, you know, just because, you know, you're a B-boy, you ain't really got to, like, be breaking the shit or where it can go. You know? I mean, B-boys take all kind of flavors, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, it's the culture in itself, you know? I mean, I'm going to be 70, I'm going to be 80 years old, all this shit. I'm still going to respect. I'm still going to
be in your heart. It's going to be part of you.
Yeah. It's instilled in me, and I'm gonna respect it. Because if you don't respect it, there will be no growth. I mean, anything you really get your heart into, you know, if there's no respect or loyalty or dedication, you're not gonna really be successful. I mean, you're not really. It's just gonna be something like. You know, like anything else, you know. It's like if you're a chef, you're gonna have the right shit to cook.
Yeah. And,
you know, utensils, you know.
Right.
Like y'all, HBK. You go to HBK, you see the vinyl. I mean, like cats wanted to just see the vinyl. You know, they wanted to get up there because it was always like a whole wife. You know what I'm saying? It was like the whole wife mix. Like, shot records in there, like. And that shit is for real. That shit is right there in the heart of hip hop.
Right, and
So,
and not to cut you off, but when you say that, like I said, I told the story before when Beatnuts came, and I was trying to do an interview with them, and none of them wanted to stay in the booth to get the interview because they seen all the records on the wall, you know,
yeah.
and
You blame him?
yeah, and one time RZA ran out with a stack of records,
Is it it?
you know. So yeah, that's that producer, that's that hip hop in you, like.
Did he pick him? I mean, did he actually pick him? Did he pick him? Or y'all just like, okay, man, you got, did he like cuff him? What?
That's another story. I don't want
All
to
right, okay,
incriminate
right.
nobody, but but
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's hilarious shit.
yeah,
Really?
but all right. Let's take it back though. In the Wild Hundreds,
Yeah.
you coming up, and what made you gravitate towards DJing?
What put me close to DJing?
Yeah, what pulled you? What was it about DJing that pulled you? That was your first love, right?
Oh. Um, there's so many ways I can answer that, Derek. I think well, what pulled me close to DJing, what made me want to be a DJ is, well, you know, in my neighborhood we had a few cats, man. We had a few cats that was DJing. You know, they was a little bit older than me, man. And
Okay.
you know, big shout out to Al, white boy Al. Big shout out to you know, my play cousin Freddie Hall. You know, and you know, it's a couple cats. You know, it's you know, one of my closest friends, Keith Carthan, alumni Whitney Young High School, graduated. I think Keith came out in '84. But anyway, you know, they was doing house and shit like that. They was in the house, but
Right.
I spent a lot of time with my homie Keith, and he was really, really into. I mean, I was more into, you know, the culture and shit like that,
Okay.
like b-boy shit, and, you know. But at that time, house was kind of heavy,
Yeah.
and I used that element, the house element, to kind of master my blending and shit like that.
Okay.
Because you know, back in that time, you know, you had Houdini with magic wand and shit like
Yeah.
that. You know,
Right.
you could always trick that shit up, and again, then you had I don't know, Fish, it's time and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, they was rocking at it, and even the house cats was even trying to mess with that. So anyway, my homie, he taught me a lot, man, and he was real particular about his blends. And I remember telling him, like, man, I'm scared to even try to even scratch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we had mismatch turntables and shit like that.
Right.
So we was getting it in, you know, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man, we had to be, you know, when a lot of gang banging shit was going on
Right.
in the hundreds in the shop. No, we was in the basement, man. We was in the basement, like, trying to master this craft. Like, we wouldn't give shit about none of that, you know. And you know, respect to some of them, you know, whatever
Right.
they had, you know, we was cool with them. But this was my focus, you know, the music, DJing and shit like that. And I came from a big family, so I couldn't really afford no equipment. I mean,
Right.
equipment always been expensive, even to
Yeah.
this day. It's still expensive.
Yeah.
But
And that's another thing was that,
yeah,
you know, you had to have that collective at that time with that
yeah,
Mitch Mac turntable. You got a Sony here, you got
yeah.
a Pioneer, and you done found this mixer, you know, and put speakers together.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. And now, you know, you get these fly-by-night DJs and shit like that. They just add water. You know, they just go buy this workstation, or they go buy, you know, some 12s, and then they just cut. They spend all fucking day cutting, you know, and now they're DJ because they know how to cut, but they can't blend fucking, you know, they can't blend nothing, you know what I'm saying? They can't,
Exactly.
or if they could blend, can't cut. I think the whole The whole science is to master. You don't have to be really, really super dope at all, like
Okay.
at blending or super dope at cutting. But I think if you got the whole science together, I think if you could do a little bit above average
Mhm.
on
Okay.
both, on blending and cutting and doing some tricks, showing off a little bit. I think that really makes you not only a virtual DJ to people that's, checking you out, looking at you, but it also makes you a good DJ at heart, and it makes you hold your own weight.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are very, very dope at cutting. I mean, super dope. I know a lot. I know a lot. I mean, dope ass female DJs that can cut even better than me,
Mm.
but they can't blend shit, or even cats. There's a lot of
Yeah.
cats that dope like that can cut, man, getting through their ass off, but they ain't shit at blending, or vice versa.
Mhm.
Or the house DJ is dope as hell at blending. Well, okay, you got the beat that's pretty much sequence, for you or whatever, but
Okay.
they can't they can't fucking they can't scratch or whatever. And if they can scratch, they just got the certain pattern that they fuck with, and that's cool too because whatever case. And I'm not that great at all of it, but I think that being an older DJ in the game, I'm very good for my age, and I think that I've been places, and I cater to my listeners, man. I
Definitely.
really, really cater to my listeners. And going back to what made me want to be a DJ, it's just that I like to see people have fun. I
Okay.
like to see people dance, and I like to see. I like to know that people actually got a piece of the culture. I focus more on making making like mixes and shit like that, so they could take it with them. I mean, 15 years down the line, they can
Mm.
listen to it.
Definitely. And
Because at a
yeah, I understand that. Yeah, definitely.
at a party is a party. And you can say, "Damn, he rocked," and a lot of DJs do rock at parties, and that's
Yeah.
good. But okay, after that night, that's it.
Right. So
You
you trying to give them something that I want to capture that feeling again. Let me throw this now.
Yeah.
But back then it was throw the cassette in.
Mm-hmm.
Now throw the MP3 on or to stream it.
Yeah,
And
MP3, shit, MP3, a CD or a flash drive, whatever. I want to give people something, man, that they could, that they can listen to, 10 years down the line. Because I'm still listening. To Protect Your Neck. I'm still listening to Funky for You. I'm still listening to, the Symphony. I'm still
yeah,
listening to Resurrection, Lost Slow remix, because that shit is still relevant, man. That's still as
yeah,
hot as it was to me, and that's the freaky shit about it because you know you gotta respect the shit. You gotta know how heavy this shit is because it was heavy on them when they made it. They made shit to still be dope, 15 years down the line, 20 years down the line.
exactly. And that's something I want to get into a little bit later in this interview. But what I want to know, I'm sorry to cut you off like that, but
All right,
my
man.
thing is that okay, you got you in the house practicing, and first time you get out there in front of people, how's that feeling? You coming up, you seeing these other people DJ, but now you getting your turn to shine.
Yeah. Um, that feeling, man. I mean, it ain't nothing like it. It's nothing. It's nothing like it, man. I never really felt that I was good enough. To be honest with you,
Hmm.
I had a complex.
Yeah.
I pretty much was very, very shy in high school.
Okay.
I was, kind of quiet. I'm more of an observer
Okay.
than a go getter. To be honest with you, a lot of my friends tell me that they kick my ass about that all the time, but. Um, say, oh, you could, you should be what, this and that. But I'm just more of a grounded person, man.
Okay.
And even DJ, I get my moments where I just blast off, like if I'm DJing. But the first time I rocked the party or something like that, I guess it had to be with one of my guys who already had been DJing for a while, something like that. But then people start hiring me because a lot of them realized, like, damn, I was just doing this for a hobby.
Okay.
They were, but it became a lifestyle to me, and I really, like I said, I respect it, and I don't take it. I don't play it short, man, at all. And money started coming in, so that make you want to really get it in with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I could make money off of this, and blah blah blah. People actually want to pay me for this shit. And it's sharp. You sharpen yourself up. You try to be more creative and inventive, and
stand out a little bit.
Yeah, it's like wow, like, damn, I'm playing other people's music. I'm just really, I would never grasp that. Damn, I'm a DJ, really. And then I think one time, me and Ferris Thomas, we had a battle together in my homie Reg crib. Peace to Reggie Staten, and we had because he was real close friends with Reg. And we had a battle in Reg's basement. And,
okay.
I think we both did great, but so-called Ferris was on Ghetto Boy Radio at that time. And I was DJing in this place called The Spot, so I had a good reputation, Shouts out to Greg Gray. And Greg Gray, he got me up in there, you know what I'm saying?
We definitely got to talk about that.
Yeah, and, and then everybody like, you fuck Ferris up or whatever it takes. No, because I'm still humble. Even to this day, I'm modest and I'm humble, but Ferris is all salty and tight-lipped about the shit, so obviously I think I did, And big shout out to Ferris, too. I ain't tripping on him. He's cool.
Right.
And, but I think just it's things like that make you, stroke your ego a little bit, make you want to pop your collar, whatever the fuck you do. Mm-hmm. And it just make you want to do more, man. And it's like, damn, okay, so I'm kind of evolving, you feel me?
Yes,
and,
indeed.
And you take it and you just try to keep, you try to keep it moving and go to another level. And then I start producing, I started making tracks. And it got me an MPC and started making tracks and all this. And, it's just fun, man. All this is really fun. And I play the game as, I play this art form. I'm going to call it a game. I treat this art form in a fun way, because hip-hop it was created as fun. It was fun in the beginning, and to me, in heart, it still is fun. Even when
because even with the even with the earlier battles, that we was listening to, it was a fun thing. It wasn't like, I'm ready to go out and kill dude over, these words. It was just, okay, you got me, and this and that. It was like that healthy competition.
It was like old grade school fight. 3:30, we're gonna fucking box you up. Motherfuckers take it to, they take it to a whole nother level. You got cats, it's crazy, man. I can't go with this shit, this mush mouth ass. I can't go with this bullshit rap, man. It gotta be. I mean, one of my dopest MCs. I mean, I got I know your man's is Cool Keith and Big Fat Cool Keith. I love Ultramag, and but I could listen to Diamond D. I could listen to Large Pro. These are producers. I could listen to these cats all day. Psycho Laz, Juju, the Beatnuts. I could listen to old school Fat Joe shit.
Definitely.
You know, I mean, it goes MF Doom. I could listen to these cats just like they brand fucking new, just like they new, man. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly. That's what, man. If you you know, look at the files I got stored. You know, that's all I have is those artists. You know, and like you know, my wife. You know, I turned her on to like Chino XL, Razcast.
yeah, Razzcast.
You know,
Yeah,
and you know because I started at HBK like in '88. We used to
yeah,
just go down there and hang out. You know, and then like in 92, 93, JP Chill turns to me like, you know, you want your own show.
that's dope.
You know, and at the time it's like, you know, I knew Flux and Reggie Veda, you know, Mac 10, I think he was going back that back then. You
Yeah,
know, and then that's how I linked up with, you know, other people by being in Red's basement, you know, Skunk Militia,
drunk was, yeah,
um
yeah,
Infra Black,
yeah.
man, and
You
that
got to
whole
remember all that.
that you know, Big Stew, Philly Blunt,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Big Stu, man. I mean, Big Stu from the crib. I mean, from my neck of the woods, Big Stu, man, all them big shots of Born 7, you know.
right, and
Man,
DJ
all them,
Harold
man.
Mack, I met, you know,
Yup. Vice
and
versa, man.
Killer
Man,
Verse,
all them.
I call him Killer Verse, vice versa, you know,
Yeah,
um, and that was the thing, and then I met you,
yep,
you know,
yep.
through doing HBK, you know, and that was a time, you know, I think that period of that 90s, the early 90s was like so important for Chicago because
Yeah,
it seemed like it kind of found its footing,
yeah.
you
At
know.
that time, man, it was just that transition was real. It was very important. At the same time, it was very delicate
Yeah.
because it was like that golden era of hip hop, and it's like where we were. Chicago. South was really trying to get their feet wet, and you had a lot of artists, that was really, really, really trying to become famous. I think they were really back then trying to become famous more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like
you think like the artistry kind of suffered from that, or am I
now,
looking at it wrong?
rephrase that. What you mean?
Like it's you trying to because we had Wu Tang pop off early '90s and all these other groups pop off early '90s. So now Chicago is looking like now I got to pop off. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to get famous, as opposed to like slacking on the building on the artistry. Or am I looking at that wrong?
Oh no, man. I mean, I can only tell you from a DJ point of view. I can't really tell you from an
Okay.
MC point of view. But from a DJ point of view, I just know that they tried to, some of the artists, the MCs,
Okay.
they tried to play with it. You know what I'm saying? They tried to convert. They tried to slide in a little hip house.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
had Cool Rock Steady. You had just like Cool Rock Steady. And he made a great impact. He was
Yeah.
very instrumental
Yeah.
to the career. And I mean, you had crews. You
Yeah.
just had.
Definitely.
I mean, you had the North Side MCs. You had the South Side MCs.
Yeah, because you had like on the south side where we had Ill State.
Yeah, man.
Um, you
Yeah,
had the
crews.
Skunk Militia,
Dark Melissa, my guys.
and then you
And
had
you
East of the
had
Rock.
East to the Rock. Yeah, you had a bunch, and they could, they could speak for themselves
Right.
and all that. But to put it short and to give you a little enlightenment, you know, I found Rhyme Fest. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
Rhyme Fest would never tell you that,
Okay.
but he was just, when I got married, I lived in the manor for a minute, Jeffrey Manor, and this da
Okay.
da 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 da. I met this little kid. He worked at McDonald's right there on 95th in Jeffrey.
Okay.
At that time, we was
Huh.
doing our things really heavy at the spot.
Right.
Um, Big shot DJ Spin. That was my partner on the
Yeah.
tables. With me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes,
As I
indeed.
said, and Smile a Day, big shot to Smile a Day, promotions, productions, whatever the case that is.
Oh
And
man.
they put me in that. And Happy Luma Day, Gray, shout
Yeah.
out to them. Um,
Yeah.
and and anyways, Tess was like, man, this cat, man, this kid, he's dope. Da, 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 da. I was like, really? And people kind of at that time they kind of believed in my word. So I
Okay.
said, okay, let me check this cat out. So I checked it. He's just on the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I had flip flop wriggle, canvas half suede top, 81. Back then, that's what we was on. We was on old
Right.
school, still on old school shit.
Yes,
But
indeed.
and I was making hella money back then. Just for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a wife and all that, but I still was doing my fizzle on the DJ side. So I was like, hey man, I seen this dude, and I was like, hey man. Matter of fact, he was at the bus stop, dude, and he had a notepad, and he was kind of reciting some lines.
Okay.
I pulled over.
Uh-huh.
I said, you rhyme? Are you rhyme fast? I mean, people. And he was like, huh? Who are you? Who? So I pulled over. We chopped it up and everything, and then boom, boom, boom. We became friends,
Mm-hmm.
real good friends.
Okay.
Before anything, me and Fat, me and Chet, we became friends, and I told him, I said, look, I got blessed with this little hip hop spot, downtown. I rock whatever days it was, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Wednesdays. I did about two days out the week.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but really, this, because it was steps, you had steps on North Side, shit like that going on. But,
Right.
what we had the spot. I said, would you be interested in checking this shit out? Actually, after me and him, built a
Okay.
rapport together, I was like, hey, man, you need to come down. He was like 17. I was just sneaking in there and shit like
Okay.
that. And he just started rocking, you know what I'm saying? And he built, he was impressed by the whole scene, it was about the scene and shit.
Yeah.
Well, he built a following kind of right there. He also had like following, but he was, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It took somebody to bring you in, shit like that. So I
Right.
brought him in and he did his thing. So people like Rhyme Fest, he changed his name to Rhyme Fest and shit like that,
Okay. Yeah.
It was a fest.
Right.
And people like, man, Ron, this fucking little crazy, dirty kid, this fucking, he off the chain, I was like, oh God, this dude is bananas.
Right.
So anyway, and he became like my fucking little son, he became like I took care of this kid, you know what I'm saying? Real talk, he'd never say
Okay.
that.
But that's
I'm not
what it
shitting
is.
on him, and I'm not shitting on him.
No, no,
I'm
no.
not, I'm just saying these are untold facts and stories, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
That's definitely. I understand what you. I know where you're coming from on that.
because my mom like you, and my mom feeding you,
Yeah.
you became my family, G. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
became my family. So it was bigger than hip hop. You was like my fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and well, okay. Then at that same time, Kanye was dating my little sister. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
and it was just this whole little thing. And they went to Eisenhower together. And Kanye and my little sister. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, my little sister did all the voices on the workout plan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Word up, no doubt. So she did all the different voices on the whatever fuck workout plan. So I said, Kanye, this is fest. I want you to check this cat out, man. I introduced him like that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I said, you cats, since me being modest and humble, of course,
Hmm.
I let them do their thing,
Okay.
They built a rapport and they polished up, blah, blah, blah. Well, they polished up and they took it to Hollywood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and not like fuck me, but it's like they fuck me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, and that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And that's okay. Because I ain't tripping on that. I'm just telling you facts. This is
Right.
all factual shit. Well, you got cats like vice versa, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Who also, acknowledged that was a dope MC at the spot, you know what I'm saying? He came back from Jackson State. At that time, Chicago's golden era. He came and he did his thing, and,
Right.
he became a very phenomenal MC, and he still is pretty
Yeah.
phenomenal. He's very dope.
Yes, indeed.
And he's making moves. So, once again, that's still one of my brethren. That's one of my aces. That's that's my family right there. So it doesn't matter. I'm not on I'm not a status quo cat. I don't give a shit. I don't care about the status. I care about
That culture.
lyrics, the culture. Like right now, it always, if you know my homie King James.
Oh man, that's yeah. Those cats, man. The Figure, Extreme, King James, LTD.
Yeah, yeah. King James is to me, is one of the illest slapped on MC.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Out the shot because
Yeah.
what he's splitting, what he spent is what he actually stand by. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, or indifferent. If it's affiliation or if it's just straight up lyrics, if it's hip hop shit or whatever, is what he stand by. And at that time, see King James do a show back then. Man, he had his chest stuck out. He put the whole fucking face into it. He put the whole attitude and everything into it. Even to this day, he still do that. He dropping a couple videos. You check out King James. I ain't gonna give his whole government name out there, but I mean, man, this dude, he's one of my favorite MCs. Shot. I mean, man, big shout out to King James.
Definitely because but these people you naming is that I'll put it like this is that I feel like they family to me because coming through those doors at HBK and getting on that mic for me and showing that talent. You know what I mean? King James would come down and sometimes he'd be just by himself and get on the mic and hey, I got this. I'll throw it on. Boom.
Yeah. I like I said, I just know him from the culture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I met him through Big Stu, Skunk Militia, big shout out to Skunk Militia, and I met him through them. And we always been cool. 15 years later, we're still thorough. And but it's spoken through the music. You know what I'm saying? It's spoken. If it ain't spoken through the music, I mean, how the hell me and King James still cool? We never hurt each other. We never shitting on each other, stab each other in the back. It's through the music because his music was always, and it still is, ahead of his time.
And
vice versa, music is still ahead of its time. I mean, even Rhyme Fest shit is ahead of its time. Right. Now, your attitude and your personal persona and all that shit, you can miss me with all that shit. I fuck with you on the music. You know what I'm saying? That's how I jam with you. I get down with you on the music. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be respectful and humble. Yeah. I mean, you can treat me like shit. I don't care. But I fuck with you through the music point, bottom line,
But, me knowing a piece of your history, you put in a lot of work, and, just even you coming through the HBK and you was blessing me with, 30-minute mixes here, 25-minute, an hour here, and those things, like, it was like, that spoke a lot to me. That that you gave me your art.
Yeah. Well.
You know, and these people coming through the door giving me the art. That's how I looked at it. Like, man, it's like they could have went any other place.
These pieces. I mean, we. I mean, when you want your joints to be heard, you gotta stick and move, man. You gotta. If you have, like you did, you had your hand out, like give me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rep your shit. I'm gonna pass my what I did. I'm gonna give it to you. I do want you to play it. I respect that you played it. I care that people want to listen. That's a big deal to me. Still to this day,
Mm-hmm.
25 years later, all this is just like yesteryear. You know what I'm saying? It's a big deal. I'm gonna keep doing mixes. It's like Pac was recording. You know what I'm saying? Like he did. I'm gonna keep doing it. Hopefully, I'll be worth more when I'm dead. And it's just mixes and it's other people's music, but
Mm-hmm.
You will have to be a DJ to really understand what I'm talking about.
Because with that DJing, you are playing other people's music, but you also like a orchestra conductor, though. You taking this piece and this instrument, and you blend it and making it to like something that's like a masterpiece. You put those pieces.
Soundtrack from my heart, man. Everything I do is a soundtrack from my heart. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to put it. It's a soundtrack from my heart. Although it's somebody else's shit, but it's a soundtrack from my heart. Me, it's a gift that I give, that I'm giving free to people. Now I do joints. I do private parties. I do mobile DJing, and I do shit a lot, but I'm just low key, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be blasting everything I do,
Right.
I don't care, it's not even that type of, I don't get that thrill.
Okay.
I don't need everybody to see what the hell I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that type of thrill with me. The thrill is that I'm making, present day, when I'm there, I'm making it, that person who hired me, I want to give them that quality.
And those people walking through that door, you're leaving them with something like that song, that Run DMC song. God damn, that DJ made my day.
Yeah, man, come on. And there you go. All that was ahead of his time. And all those joints was made to still be, expected today.
Those foundation bricks. When you tear down a building, you still have those bricks that still be at the bottom. They don't go nowhere. You gotta, get the sledgehammer and get at them. They still be there. So yeah, those things that matter to me. These are the people that matter to me. When like 30 years later now, 20 years later, people like, man, you collapse off, and it's like, people didn't see me.
Dude, you just like, I mean, it's like you ain't miss a beat. You like collapse out from shit. From what? What was that? What was rocking?
Man, that was like 97, 98, 99.
Yeah.
In those years,
Man, that's a long time, G.
And that's what I'm saying. I reached out to you, and you was like, "I'm with it. I'm there." And that,
I'm always there.
and
I'm always gonna be there, bro.
And that spoke to me that, like, these are the relationships. Even 20 years later, I could we pick up the phone and the conversation still flows into hip hop. It still flows into, we go, oh,
yeah, we go
that?
back. We go back, man. We go back, man. All that. Back. I can't tell you how many cars I've been through, traps I've been through, or, incarcerated friends I've been through, and just shit like that, man. It's just, it's history, man. It's history. It's crazy, but it's true. Straight up.
And that's the thing is that you would come pick me up from my house when I was with my ex-wife and drive me to the station.
Yep.
and,
well, no problem.
no
I wanted it just like as bad as you, G. I needed that shit. I had to get that shit done. I wanted people to hear. What I had to offer. You gave me the avenue. Just like you give me an avenue now. And man, we just as thorough. And I want the youth, man. I want the younger kids who coming up into this music scene. I mean, stop shitting on each other, man.
Yeah.
Stop fighting the hand that feeds you and respect what can happen to you, in a good way. It's like,
man,
I mean, the morals, the values,
definitely,
they are so disposable to people these days, man. I don't think that I really, really ever shitted on anybody or hurt anybody. They shitted on me or what. I'm not playing victim, but
it happened. It happens.
it happened because my heart is always going to be solid on the actual culture.
Yeah.
The music. It's just the music. All the other shit, all the other person shit, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
You could do this, you could go ahead and do that, whatever. I don't care. I'm still going to be stuck. I'm going to be married to the music.
And that's the thing, man. It's like, I was like, before, getting prepared for this interview, my wife, we are here, having a couple of drinks and, putting on songs, I'm putting on, Kool Keith, I'm putting on
Right.
Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's like, those beats and those rhymes is just like, okay, this take me back into this time. Yeah, that good feeling that, and that's how
I want you to talk to me. I want you to talk to me on that old school shit because I'm old school, so I'm always gonna be old school. Now I listen to a lot of new school cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I understand that. Yeah.
But come on, man. I'll tell you like this, man. And I always had this conversation. I work over at the Ford Motor Plant.
Yeah.
And, and a couple of cats, we be talking. And I like, man, somebody was talking about one of these younger cats had the fire lyrics. And I was like, no, man. Come on now. Kane is the,
Man.
When you first heard Long Live the Kane album, it was just...
Yeah.
Time stopped. Time stopped. Even with Bismarck album, it was like...
Yep.
This dude is going off. This is crazy. LL, come on, man. LL.
Yeah.
It's
and
like...
we ain't gonna just gonna get the East Coast all that juice, you know what I'm saying? But you're right though. But you had cats on the West Coast, and we
Ice-T.
had, man. We had our dudes.
We had our dudes too, and in local dudes. But my thing is that it was the lyrics that was like, you know what I mean? People, you couldn't come, you couldn't come out with no mumbling and with these cats.
Yeah.
Like
we
was listening to Wise Intelligent, and
oh wow.
And we listened to some of his old stuff and some of the newer stuff, and that the cats that's doing the new cats that's doing the style, he done took their style and mastered it. This a cat our age, pushing 50.
Yep.
And he whooping them with their own style. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
it's
so
crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy. And so it ain't really. My thing is that this what I loved is that when people would come to HBK, the DJs or the MCs or whatever, or especially the MCs, when they get on that mic, I would tell them, that mic gonna tell the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you get on that mic and you're not ready, because we had cats when RZA and Method Man was down there, we had Chicago cats chased them up out the studio with the lyrics. You
Sure
know,
did.
enough ran from Infra Black, my boy, original Steve Ski Matrix.
Yeah.
You know, T Flux. Flux was, on, they was dropping these bombs,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
studied and learned from the masters, the DJs. You looking at DJ Jazzy Jeff go off on, these little videos that every now and then we would see.
Yeah. True
The
story, man.
you
True
know,
story.
and that's what you like, man. You hear Premier scratches on the record. Now you don't even hear scratches on the record no more unless you know what I mean?
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. And
What happened?
well, it's corporate. It's all corporate now, man. It's out of the element, man. It's not even about. It's not even really. It's not hip. The word hip hop is just a template. You know what I'm saying? It's just a template. It ain't even. Man, it ain't even. I don't even want to get into all politics. I don't even want to put it out there like that because somebody else will have a different opinion. It's just my opinion, But I'm just telling you, it's really modern day time right now. It's just a template, man.
And
If it ain't in your heart, it's like a bad marriage. G. It's like this, man. If your wifey ain't your soulmate, you married her. You just needed a wife because you got 2 kids. You need a wife. Take care of kids, whatever. But if she ain't your soulmate, it ain't gonna be dope. It ain't gonna be really, really dope.
right, because when you go out in public, people gonna see the little
it ain't gonna be natural.
the cracks in the the armor, the chinks in the armor. They're like, oh man, look how they interacting with each other out in
Yeah.
public. She over here, he over there. They ain't even holding hands.
Man, I'm telling you. And if it's not, man, if it ain't there like that, hip hop is like my soulmate. You know what I'm saying? Music itself is like my soulmate.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time keeping relationships because I'm single right now. Because if you think you're gonna be, you gotta respect what the fuck I do. What I do.
Right.
You finna try to, you mad at me because I do music? You got me twisted. You know what I'm saying? You will go before my music go.
Right.
I hate to be that way, and I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna treat you like a queen and everything. I'm not disrespectful, but I'm married to music. I'm almost born married to music, man. I mean, this shit is so serious to me.
And
But
I understand
it don't
that.
control me. It don't control me, but I'm married to it. You feel me?
I understand that totally. Because right now it's like 1 o'clock here, and it's where you at? About 2 o'clock. Where you at?
Yeah, it's a little bit over 2
My wife is in the bed. And she's like,
Yeah.
and she support me on this. Like, you gonna do this? She was gonna stay up and be on it with me, but she is tired. But she knows what I do.
And she respect, man, the man you are, and you've been doing this shit forever, man. I mean, you really been in the game. You really, you reach out to cats, man. You really do, and shout out to you, man, for doing what you do because you were very instrumental in all this, man. And without you and a few other people, I mean, because people say they're really involved and they say, they care about. Like the underdog, because I'm an underdog. I ain't never gonna say, I am an underdog. Yeah. But, you care about the underdogs and shit like that.
Man,
and
because that's where the heart is at.
Yeah, because we the core, man. We the substance. And for the new cats, we back on them, man. Let me just say that. Just understand that. Everything that you doing right now, and I know they're gonna say, "Man, fuck you," whatever case, whatever you doing right now, is because we built the path and the road, and a lot of MCs, even DJs, even fucking DJs, man. You know what I'm saying? You could sit there, you could sync all day. You're not blending. You could do whatever. You can play this shit. Even when I come to the crib, man, I come to the crib and I turn on 92.3. No disrespect, I turn on 107 point, whatever. No disrespect.
Right.
I understand how it goes because it's all corporate now, and it's all fucking cooning and corporate bullshit. You know, you gotta play whatever the fuck they tell you to play.
Here's your
And
10
that's
songs.
Yeah, you play the same fucking 10, 15 songs all fucking day. Whatever. Okay, really? Really, do you gotta fucking sell out? Really, do you really have to fucking sell out?
Right.
I'm doing well without fucking selling out. I'm doing real well. And I fuck with real thorough cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with one right now who's giving me this interview.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to fucking sell out to be heard. You know what I'm saying? You get cool with some DJs and you know, you send them their shit, you send them your shit, MP3, whatever, they throw it in the mix and it can be heard worldwide.
Right.
You know, if they got, I mean, it's avenues now. I mean,
Right, because now you got the ability to touch billions of people with the touch of a button.
man, and you know what? You hit exactly. You hit on something, man. You said DJs don't even scratch them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't even do shit no more. Who? What is a DJ right now? I mean, honestly, tell me, what the fuck is a DJ right now?
Because like you listen to the what they call it, the rap records in the top whatever they list is, it's no DJing in that. You know what I mean?
It's no. You can hear. I mean, big shout to Rick Ross. I can hear Rick Ross and I can hear Drake talk shit all day, and I can hear. And I like both of them. You know, I like Jeezy. I mean, I love Jeezy. Now it's a secret thing. I mean, Jeezy talked that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like this on my private time. You know,
right.
I like listening to all that shit. But where's the cotton, man? I mean, even our own Kanye West. You know,
right? Because I mean, we grew up on. Not to cut you off, but we grew up on gangsta albums. Every fucking gangsta album premiere was on the tables.
Yeah. Even Common had, you know, he had enough sense to, you know, have one of the executions, you know, to cut on his older shit, you know.
Right. You know, that's what, you know, added the flavor in a sense to me.
Man, that's why I respect that dude, you know, like that. And I mean, where's the essence of hip hop? Is it really hip hop? You can see the word, you know, even, you know, is it really, really hip hop? That's the questionable shit. That's the suspect shit. Is all this shit really hip hop?
Right, because these MCs, these MCs got to understand is that you cannot leave out the DJ in hip hop. The DJ in hip hop is essential. It's one of those things like, you know, you can't have that without. For me, that's my philosophy. You can't have hip hop without the DJ.
Exactly.
You know,
how can you?
You can't. And that's the thing is that, you know, it seemed like, you know, as the years move from that golden age, you know, they phase the DJ out. And they slowly, you know, replacing it with, you know, the robotics. My thing is this, is that, you know, even, you know, technology evolves. But you know what I mean? Grandmaster Flash can make a Serato sing.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? These it's some cats that can make that Serato a fucking instrument and make it do things that, you know, people didn't think it could do. Jazzy Jeff, you know what I mean? I seen he cut it up on Serato. But then
I fuck with Serato. I mean, it beats, you know, it beats carrying shit. I used to carry 10, 12 crates out. I had my guys from the crib, you know, from the hood. Every time I rocked the party, I mean, they were like, fuck. Okay. I mean, but they was thorough with me, and they still thorough with me to this day, and they rep with me. You know, like my man Sapaz, you know, he rep with me all the time. If I need him, you know, he'd be there. But you know, we getting older at the same time, so the technology, and that's the key, technology. Okay, but that don't mean to be a lazy ass.
Exactly.
You know, you know, I mean, step your game up. Even Jeff, you know, I mean, he rocking. You know, I mean, these cats getting deals off of Serato. Come on, man, you kidding me? I mean, because they rock it like they rocking Serato, just like it's just like they never missed a beat, you know.
Like they on 212s.
Well, yeah, you still fucking with 12s. I mean, you fucking with controllers and this and that, because Serato is a controller and this and that and the other. And I see some cats rock controllers just like 12s. I mean, really get down, you know.
Yeah.
But if you have it in you, it's not really what you use, it's how you use it, you know. Because you can still, I mean, it goes back to this. You know, we started on cheap-ass turntables. We started on bogus-ass turntables.
Right.
But
Putting books under the table to make it.
Yeah, we still, man, we had like 2 quarters and shit, you know, on top of the head shell.
Yeah.
I mean, because they were skipping it in. One would be belt drive, one would be belt drive, one would be direct drive,
Exactly.
you know. Then we had Radio Shack, realistic mixer, or whatever. We did whatever we had to do.
It made it work.
To make it work. So, you know, and it's almost the same as having Serato right now, because Serato works for you just as easy.
Okay.
You know, so at the end of the day, bottom line, it goes back to the arts. It goes back to, you know, you could be a DJ and you could DJ a wedding with a laptop if you know what the fuck you're doing.
Right.
Just a laptop. You know, you could, you know, people do it. But if I'm going to DJ a sweaty ass club in Berlin, small intimate ass club in California, hole in the wall, or just my mom's garage, like I did about maybe 3 weeks ago. Big shout out to DJ Marky G.
Okay.
You know, he came and rocked with me. I mean, we had the whole driveway and the garage on blast, and with 12s. And Serato, I mean, because it just happened just like that, you know, because I was in town and everybody just said, let's get it. So we got it. And so we got it, you know. And so the thing is, if it's in your heart, you can do whatever you want to do. That's just like a skateboarder. If you're a skateboarder, you dope as hell, and somebody gives you a board, they say, hey, man, see, can you do that same trick on my motherfucking skateboard? And it's just a Sears-ass skateboard.
Right.
You know, if you're a skateboarder, you still could do it. You still could rock. You know, it might not be what you used to, but, you know, you still get it in.
You're going to figure out that curve and make it happen.
Man, you're going to play with it for a minute, and you're going to get it in. And all this shit, man, from skateboarding to graffiti to aerosol to canvas art to, like I said, to, man, Fat Freddy to shit to, you know, man, all this, man, it plays a major part in everything that taught me and carved me and cut me to be the person that I am. And I think that I have helped many folks, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that many folks have helped me as well. And I appreciate it. I send none but big, you know, respect and gratitude out to everybody. And I don't think I'm at where I need to be, but I really think that I'm happy in the skin that I'm in.
And that's important, though, that the happiness.
Yeah. Right.
The
happy, because I do me very well. Just, you know, shout out to Andy Stellar, my man. We just did a DJ partnership together this last week, and we got big things coming. I mean, but, you know, like I said, I kind of keep things under wraps. I do me, and I live decent, you know, very decent.
But definitely, you know, but my thing is that, you know, one of the things, like I told you before, one of my things is that, you know, the people who came through that door at HBK that I met,
crazy,
you know, y'all left you know what I mean, lessons with me. You know, okay, I might have been slacking here. Okay, now, you know, whatever. You know, these lessons, good or bad, you know, these have helped me reach to this point in my life where, you know, like, hey, I'm doing this now. Let me reach out to these brothers that, you know, brothers and sisters who are my foundation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the people who listened to me, the people who gave me a ride, the people who brought a fifth down, the people who, you know.
There's a lot of things that went down, man. It was down for real, man.
But,
MPK.
but what's crazy is that I remember. This is crazy. I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble, but I remember when I was with my ex-wife, had brought my son. He was in the baby. He was like about almost a year old, and you came down. You had a young lady with you,
Yeah.
and she like held him for most of the night while
Yeah.
we doing the show. So
Yeah.
you
Because
know,
I got to this day, I still deal with thorough chicks, man. I mean, they got to be damn near like mob wives. They got to be thorough. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know,
but that's the love.
that's love. They respect that what I was doing, and they understand what had happened. Man, this cat brought his shorty. He brought his shorty down to the station. Wow,
This like
that's a
12
good
o'clock
shit.
at night.
Right. That's like, whoa, Yeah.
But this is what I had to do in order to do the thing that I love to do. For people who love what I did.
Non-stop, baby.
And people, and I think that's what's missing is that people don't really understand the love that, the
Sacrifice.
generations that came before them have for this. So when somebody gets up and start talking about, I don't need to know the history of hip hop. I don't need to know the history of DJing. I don't need to know the history of breaking. That's we here now. No, you need to learn this because this is important.
This is these are stepping stones, man. This is like for real. This is really, it's a big deal. To this day, it's huge, man. What we did and what brothers did, Africa Bambaataa and all them,
Yeah.
Lulu Nation and all the other leagues and even Cassius D from Shot from the crib and
Right.
these cats is very, very, man, they're big, they're huge, you know what I'm saying? My man K-Bar, he got Gerald Clark, K-Bar, he got a show on 92.3 doing Sundays, man. You gotta check it out.
And see,
He's a big deal,
that is crazy. You say K-Bar got his show.
Yeah,
On
92.3, man.
On 90 and
92.3. He been through a lot, man, and he came back.
He been through a lot.
He hit the bricks, and he got blessed with that show, and he really, really, he given a lot of insight, and he's a motivational speaker as well. He's a very intelligent and educated brother, and he's a b-boy, and he's a hip hop activist, and he's one of my best friends. And big shout out to him. I'm not plugging him, but I'm just saying, is anybody that's my friend and close to my heart, it's just like the back of my hand. This is what I'm going to do.
But that brother, I tell you this is that I remember him like one time, like faithfully just coming down to HBK. He'd be like, I'm in the area. He'd call me up, like, come on, send somebody to let you up.
Yep.
And one of the things I would always show people was like, I would tell them like, I'm gonna show you how to work this board because you never know the opportunity you're gonna get. Like the opportunity was given to me. I would show, man. I taught numerous people. And they're like, how you get a show? Like, talk to JP Chill.
Yeah.
Because I was at a point where I was ready to, move on to something else. And, I'd like talk to JP Chill. I'm going to show you how to work this board, but talk to JP Chill. So you already got a leg up on whoever. But I was telling everybody, so it's still going to be some competition.
Yeah.
But,
it's good to know, man. It's all good. All that is really good to know, man.
And, like I say, that's why when I see, cats from the Chicago making it on a national level, local level, whatever, and they came through those doors at HBK, I feel pride, a certain level of pride. I feel good when everybody succeed, but certain cats from HBK and ladies, man, it's like it's like a fraternity. It's like a HBK was like a secret society. Hey
It
man,
built a league. It has built a league of its own, man.
yeah,
Yup.
it's
Yeah,
special.
definitely. It is. It is special, and it is. It's stepping stones to where we are now. It is. Man, it's very iconic. You know,
Yeah,
very iconic. And if you don't know, you need to ask somebody. Shit.
yeah,
You
cause
know,
you know,
real stuff.
because to be hon- excuse me, be honest that it was nowhere in this world really you could walk up to a station and hand somebody a tape and say, and they put it on immediately like I did.
Yeah, you,
You didn't have it.
Chili Q, JP Chill. I mean, just you three entities right there that was it. We, man, like y'all really, really embraced the community. Like really, like gave the community, man, like a format. Y'all gave the community a stage, and nobody can never say I don't know what they do anywhere else, any other states or wherever, but for Chicago Hyde Park community, WHPK was very, very, it still is very huge and very instrumental in the growth of and development of music.
Definitely.
For local artists and international artists. I mean, who
Man,
the fuck would have thought? You back to you said PSK is
man.
Gucci Song plus Schoolie D. Back then.
Boy, Gucci is about that time.
Yeah, you had,
Skinny boys.
you had big, everybody's like, who the fuck is this white dude? Fucking make me chill, and then, but he passed the torch to like
Yeah,
Q, and that's where we got like, yes, yes, let's do this.
yeah.
You guys took it to another level, and man, it's wonderful, man. It's really, really
And,
dope.
and that's why we do need to, make sure that this culture is passed along in the right way, to the
Yeah,
youngins, and make sure they understand these lessons. It's just not you waking up and jumping in front of your computer and punching in the program. They got to know that it's people put in hard work learning how to blend and scratch and match beats and
yeah,
look out at the crowd and anticipate the mood of the crowd and move the
yeah,
crowd and keep them moving and send them
yeah.
out that door with a memory of like, man, god damn, that DJ made my day. you know
Yeah, it's not easy, man.
it ain't.
I tell you that right there. I tell you for real, it's not. There's a lot of heartache. There's a lot of losses. I know DJs who rock the whole party, man. They rock the party and made a lot of chop. And
Hmm.
then they get stuck. Then they get stuck up, right there at
Man,
their car, right at their van, their car, whatever the hell they was in. They
right,
get stuck up. The merch get taken, and money get taken. But that's part of the sacrifice. That's part of the shit. Ain't union.
right.
This shit ain't like for sure. This ain't like a fucking job. This is a
Right.
grind. This is a hustle. You
And
know. And if you ain't part of that hustle, if you ain't part of that grind, if you ain't part of this element, you ain't part of this culture, you need to fucking turn your flag in. Give it up.
you
Give
don't
it up.
belong here. You don't belong here because I didn't get
Yeah,
paid to do HBK.
I know.
And
I don't believe
I
it.
didn't, I didn't get paid to do HBK, but
I don't.
I get up, and sometimes it was like, and do a Saturday show and then get up and then have to go to work, or coming from work and doing the show, or sometimes winding up have to do all three shows that week.
Yeah.
It's like, but but y'all made it
Sacrifice.
worthwhile for me.
Yeah, and your listeners, for your listeners, just like everything I do, all my mixes is just for my listeners. It's a billion, it's tons of DJs on there. You know, I can't worry about it. Even where I'm at right now, I'm in the middle of no man's land. Right now, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
No, I have no competition. I don't really listen to nobody.
Okay.
I don't listen to no radio. I don't listen to shit. You know, all I have is what I got, and I make the best out of it. But I still got it. I'm still confident because I got that old school soul. You feel me?
Definitely.
I have that old school soul, and I got that old school work ethic,
Definitely.
and I got tools, and I got the music. Now where I'm at is a whole nother thing, you know. I still do the new shit. I do top 40. I mean, shit. You know, you might hear me playing Selena Gomez or whatever. You catch me in a joint out here, I'll be rocking Selena Gomez. You know, in front of 550 people. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case. But my heart is in the old school, in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Real fucking hip hop. You know, hip hop. You know, and I don't have a problem with campaigning and playing old school hip hop anywhere. You know what I'm saying? People have that. They have that confidence in me that, you know, I'm not going to give them shit that's going to hurt them, hurt their little feelings or whatever the case. What I'm giving you is a treat. You know, I'm giving you some history or whatever the case. And take it or leave it. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to none of this shit. You know, you keep listening to Fetty Wap, whoever the fuck you listen to. I don't care. And big shots to Fetty Wap, big shots to all of them because, you know, they making money, they doing their thing. But it's just not my forte. I might not turn it if it come on the radio. I might not turn it, you know. I'll listen to it because I'm a listener. I'm an observer.
Right. So
but my audience, you know what I'm saying? My audience is my crowd is more of gangsta affiliation.
Right. You know, throw a little King Son on them. KMD.
Yeah, KMD, Dilated Peoples, whatever. Fuck,
Jungle Brothers.
JBs, all that.
You know, they give them a little education while they, you know, shaking their ass.
Like, yeah, the Cool Keith, you know, all that. We gotta hit them with, man, all that. P-Rock, Feel Smooth, you know what I'm saying? We go to
some Lord Finesse.
Lord Finesse, group homes. It goes on and on and on and on and on.
Definitely.
You know, and but that is, to me, that's what hip hop is all about, and that keeps me DJing, that keeps me spinning, and you know that old shit had put me in this avenue where I still could play, where I could, you know, an older DJ like myself, I could play new shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've learned how to play. You learn how to play old shit, you can play new shit. It's nothing.
Right.
You know, you can't go from new shit, playing new shit, to rocking old shit. You know, you got to know.
You got to have a point of reference.
Right. You got to fuck with the old shit. You got to fuck with bogus ass equipment. I'm not a spoiled, rotten ass fucking DJ. You know, hey.
Man, you speaking the language, man. No.
Hey, look, check it out. I listened to an artist, man. I was watching Action Channel, and he said, you know, he's the artist. I mean, you know, we ain't trying to campaign him, but he said, you know, this guitar I have in my hand is like, you know, worth $3,000. But most of the guitars that I play on stage in front of 60,000 people is a Sears guitar that I had for 15 years that my mom got me.
Crazy.
And if you can't play on old shit, you definitely can't play on new shit.
Exactly.
You cannot appreciate, if you can't appreciate old shit, you should not appreciate new shit. And the new shit shouldn't work for you because you never fuck with the old shit.
Right.
So humble yourselves, all your fucking workstations and all that bullshit. You've been DJing for 2 months, and you DJing in a club all night, and you're making fucking $65, and you think you're the shit, and beating on your chest. You might get you some pussy. You might get you smoke a blunt. You might drink a bar. But guess what? It's not the same as a cat who bringing out his 12s. And my homies ain't gonna let me rock on shit else but the shit that I fuck with.
Right.
Because they know what I'm gonna produce. They know what I'm gonna give the crowd. They know what I'm gonna do.
Definitely.
And I depend on them to keep me grounded, and at the same time, I depend on my heart to keep this right.
You that guidance.
Yeah, it's the principle of it, man. It's discipline.
Man, and that's what's lacking. You said it right there, that discipline of, of having to sit there and splice wires, have to sit there, and fix a cartridge shell, and take the belt off, putting a new belt on, and
licking the back of fucking cartridge shells and all that shit, man. Making sure that get grounded right. And come on, man. All that is skill. If you ain't did none of that, man, you ain't talking about. I'm not impressed. You ain't, whatever. And guess what? If you blessed, are you a Malibu DJ and you got, $7,000 worth of new equipment and you've been DJing for a month and you the shit in your neighborhood, God bless you.
Yeah.
Man. He's some blessings. I give you that. But you ain't been through the hard knock shit that we've been through.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, man.
Right, and especially if you whack and you talking about you dope and you ain't done none of that, I have no, I can't get with you. You know what I mean? You whack and you been through that, then that's another story. You know what I'm saying? But if you whack and you ain't never done none of that and talking about you the pinnacle of this, and the third, no, you can't get no respect.
You're the pinnacle of you and your group and your circle. Mm-hmm. And that's cool. And because now everything is minute. Everything is really minute. It's like this, man. I listen to regular what they call it. They call it fucking R&B, hip hop and R&B, urban radio.
Okay.
Shit ain't urban radio. Shit is not urban radio. Urban radio is what the fuck you pull out your glove box and you play it. That's urban radio because you're on the bricks.
Right, the grit, and grime.
You playing what the fuck you want to hear. You playing, that's urban radio. You get more urban radio on the internet. Because it's uncut. It's too much. The shit too stepped on the radio. It's too stepped on. Too much mix in it. You got dope ass DJs selling out. But I go to their crib. They can cut. They can get it in. But just to get that spot on the radio, no cutting, no tricking, just straight sync blending, playing the same song the other DJ who just got off did a 30-minute set. You playing the same shit he playing, and just in a different order, just to hear your name and get the fuck. Man, you got me.
So I'm gonna wrap this up because I know you're a working class brother like myself.
I'm good, man. I'll be up. I'm up all night, man. I'll go to sleep. I don't care. I gotta. When I get off the phone with you, I still gotta do music, man, for maybe about another 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'm preparing for a show that I gotta do, man, and it never stops, man. So I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it. Ain't nobody to do it for me.
Definitely, because, like you say, when you get off the phone, I got these podcasts to edit. And plus, probably give them a plus lesson with this. Go back and put some songs together for them, For this one, I'm going to give them a plus lesson. Do
that, man.
But where can they find you at? If people want to hear DJ Ram on the internet, where you at? Where you at? In the internet, on the physical earth or whatever?
You definitely gonna really find me in physical form. I mean, you might, I pop up, man. You can find me on, you can find me on Mixcloud. First of all, I just keep it simple like that. Capital D, period, small J, period, capital R, small A, small M, 100. DJ Ram100.
Okay.
Mixcloud.com. You can find me on Mixcloud.com. You can find me rocking. You can find me rocking a bonfire. You can find me rocking a prom. You can find me rocking a high school. You can find me rocking a wedding. You can find me rocking a celebrity party. You can find me just doing whatever, man. If the price is right, I do shit for free. I do shit for big money. I do shit for whatever. What my heart is. If I can trust you, I'm gonna do it. If shit is, if it's right there, I'm gonna make it happen. It gotta be right.
Definitely, and maybe I'm gonna get some DJ Ram mixes and link them on my website. So
I got Twitter and all that shit, but I don't even really. That shit is too. I ain't into none of that shit. That shit corny to me. I use it for my kids and all that shit, but
okay.
I ain't gonna get into none of that because you can find me on Mixcloud.com. DJ Ram100. In my mixes, I do house. I'm from the go, so I'm into house. I do hip hop. I do acid jazz. I do whatever, and that's the gift. Because if you could do everything, a DJ knows how to play everything. He can mix everything. Okay. If you stuck to one source, if you just do house music and you say you're a badass DJ, you're not a bad fucking DJ. If you just do hip hop and you say you're a badass DJ, you're not a badass DJ. A DJ, disc jockey, knows how to play everything.
Right.
Play everything. And you got to know how to do it well. Not just play it. You got to know how to do it well. You got to have crowd control. You got to have the right timing. You got to have the right music. You got to know when to play static shit. You got to know when to play digital shit.
Right.
You got to just know. You got to know all this shit. I mean, for real.
Yeah, that's.
If it ain't right, somebody can call you out on it. They probably ain't called you out in 10 years on it. But you're going to go somewhere and somebody can pick your card. Somebody can pick your card. They pick mine.
And that's crazy.
They picked mine and put me in my place.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes you got to go back and you got to do your homework. You got to get your weight up.
Definitely.
What?
And that's one of the things is that I always leave people with is that no matter what you do, you got to hone your craft. You have to put the work in. You have to make sure what you're putting out there is, from your heart.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If it ain't from the heart, it ain't from shit, man. If it ain't from the heart, it could be a job. Okay, it's a job, whatever. But the arts, any art, right? Any art,
right.
It gotta be from your heart. I don't give a fuck if you're a painter, if you're a power washer, power wash houses. I don't care what you do. You change tires, whatever the fuck you do. If you're great at it, you're good at it. You only become, if you're good at it, you only become great and very successful if it's in your heart. I don't care. You can go to Guitar Center, Sandmaster, wherever you go. You can buy this shit, but if your heart ain't into
it, that equipment is not going to put the heart in it.
You'll end up selling it. You'll end up pawning it because it gets your feelings hurt when you see somebody rocking a party using your same shit that you bought 2 or 3 years ago and you haven't excelled at it, and they killing it. They tap dancing on that shit like it ain't shit. So
yes,
you can buy it. I mean, you got to really understand what this shit means. I mean, I could go buy, if I'm rich, I could go buy a race car driver's fucking car. That don't mean I could drive it like the way he drive it.
Right.
It don't matter. You got a real driver could drive any fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
He could get it in with anything.
Right.
You know, a real track star could put on some fucking Converse but still win a motherfucking race.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about some motherfucking Chucks. So, you know, think about it, man.
Definitely.
You know, I'm not talking this shit to talk it. It's for real, for real.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? So, big shout to you, man. We love you. You the shit. You came. You're a gift in disguise, but you're revealing yourself, and we need more and more shit from you. You got to touch us, man. You got to touch the talent out here, man.
Definitely.
There's a lot of raw talent out here, and you keep doing what you're gonna do, man, because you're gonna do it anyway, rather. And man,
man, I just want to say thank you, DJ Ram. You know, even right. I ain't seen you in years, I ain't talked to you in years, but thanks for the love, man. Because like it's that just I reached out to you, reached back out to me, and you giving me your time, your wisdom, your insights. These lessons for whoever listens to this and takes something from it. And man, I just I appreciate what you're doing for me.
Hey man, look, we appreciate you, man. Hopefully, if you get one listener to 1,000 listeners, it's the same to me, man.
Definitely.
It's the same to me. Big shout out to my crew, which is called We Excel, and that's just me and one other cat. That's my man, DJ Big Paul.
Okay.
I love him. That's my brother, and we get it in. But everything else, you know who you are. I love you, my crew, my neighborhood, my foundation, my heart. It is what it is, man. This DJ shit is for real. This MC shit is for real. Don't tap into it unless you're willing to go all the way. That's all I can say.
All right. Peace.
Peace.